No wonder Myra is excelled in softball, because she comes from a softball family. And to give you an example, this year in 1984, her mother coached a Pee Wee A team that won a gold medal in provincials. Her father coached a bantam A team from Calgary. She has two sisters, Tammy, who played, and she won a gold medal this year, and Kara, who won a silver medal this year. And she has also got a cousin that is on Saskatoon Harmony Center's team, and his name is Darlene Foley. And some of you probably recognize the name. She was a member of the Canadian team in the Pan Am Games that won a gold medal. But Myra's an extremely talented young lady, and her record kind of shows what her background is. In 1980, she was picked up by a Squirt A team in Calgary, and they won a gold medal. In 81 and 82, she played Pee Wee A and won gold medals both those years. In 1983, she was picked up by the bantam A team in Calgary that won a gold medal in provincial, and continued on to the Western Canadians and came home with a silver medal. In 1984, she was picked up by the junior B team, and they won a silver medal. Also in 84, she was named the MVP in the Lethbridge Alberta tournament, and had the highest batting average in the Calgary Bantam tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you the Alberta Amateur Softball Association Minor Athlete of the Year. Myra, would you come forward, please?
Dan girls team, Mr. Len Tuck and Mr. Al Hagan, and their board will be presented by Don Gibbs. Don?
Well, on behalf of the Alberta Amateur, I got this sprung on me here in a while ago. Okay. But I do think these gentlemen deserve a good round. They've been coaching this team for a few years. I think they're pretty good coaches. They went to got the provincial, they went to the Western Canada, and they won the silver. I think they, in all, they've done a very good job. They've both been involved in softball for quite a few years. Would you come up here, please? Your turn right there.
The girls did a hell of a job.
Well, Corrido took his nominated stars to, he won the provincial junior A, he took him to Moncton, I guess he caught a little lobster there and all this sort of stuff. But he's been coaching golf for, how old are you? Oh, he's been coaching golf for about 15 years, and he referees basketball in the winter, and he looks after the city recreation department the rest of the year, and don't know when he has time for it, but he finished fourth in the Canadians. I like to say he won a quartz medal because he finished fourth, but I don't think there is such a thing. But anyway, I said to you, Corrido Santoni, coach of the year for Adams. I got the trophy, didn't you?
but I would like to thank Michael Rossa for nominating my name. I would also like to thank whoever's responsible for voting for me. And there are about 12 girls back in Lethbridge that I got to thank an awful lot, because I think they made this possible for me. They did a heck of a job for me this year, and I'd really like to thank them. Thank you.
Next word is the adult player award. And, I guess this fellow has been under the Alberta Amateur about signing a card with the Alberta Amateur, probably than most people in this room. It goes to Glenn Kevney from the Camrose Merchants, and I think Glenn went to junior championship with the Tasman, and before that he come up through the range. So he's probably Glenn 6'8" when he started playing, and he's been signing an Alberta Amateur card all through those years. And somebody who's been around a lot longer than Glenn will present the award. Elsie, will ask you to present the award to Glenn Debbie.
This is really a very honor to me. I can remember when Glenn was just a little boy and the first time he threw a ball, and I was at I think it was a Pee-wee in the captain. And there were several people sitting around, and I presume they were all friends of Glenn's, and they were all clapping, and he just pitched a superb, and I do believe that was a 1-0 ball game that he won that game. I'm almost sure it was a 1-0 ball game. I have watched him up through the years and watched him play ball, and I really am very, very honored to be able to present Glenn this team, and I think he will do well. I hope he continues to play like that.
Glenn does most of his speaking on the mound, like public announcements. The next awards are awarded to people who contributed to the sport of softball over the years. And these are, most of them are their work with minor teams, bringing kids such as Glenn along to all the way to a national championship. And the first award goes to Rudy Ratz from Lethbridge, and Mr. Brian Guthrell, Vice President, will present Rudy's award. Brian?
Corrido, he's got time for minor ball activities. Mikey said that he didn't know what he did with his spare time. He's already looking forward to helping out in 84 for our kids. So there's a lot of people from Lethbridge that make this possible.
Mr. Al Stevenson and Don Emmett will present.
On behalf of the Alberta Amateur Softball Association, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to present Al this award for his outstanding contribution to minor ball.
too long. I want to thank everyone for this award, and it gives me great pleasure to be sitting with Elsie and Ed. Elsie and I go back quite a long ways. I remember Elsie in Edmonton when I was just a little thing, an old Kingsway ballpark. I don't know if too many of you remember it, but it's nice to see Elsie still in the association. She does a great job. Ed and I, we've had our differences, a lot of fun over the years, and it's also nice to see him out here tonight too. I thank you all.
That completes our awards as for players and coaches from the association. The others are the Hall of Fame awards. These are given to people who contributed to softball over the years. And our committee for the Hall of Fame is Mr. Ed Corbett and Mrs. Elsie Barlow. And I'll ask Ed to come up and present the two, make presentations for the two awards that he has.
As usual, Elsie dumped one of them on me. She did the write-up, and I'm going to do the presentation. But it's sure nice to make this one because the fellow that I'm going to ask to come up and accept a Hall of Fame award was my teacher when I started working for the Alberta Amateur Softball Association. Claire wrote a document that started long, but I'm not going to tell you all that history. And just made some notes. I thought Elsie, like I said, I thought she was going to do this, but I'm happy to. Claire was the first Edmontonian to become president of the Alberta Amateur Softball Association. Prior to that, they all came from Calgary. That started quite a chain up at Edmonton. There were a lot of good men came after Claire, and Claire hung around to train them all, including me. To start off in his softball career, Claire coached girls ball from 1930 to 1946. And once you get involved sooner or later and you're working hard, along comes the amateur association and puts you to work. And so he became secretary treasurer of the Alberta from 1939 to 1940. Then he moved into organizing. We have a few of those around here, and they're organized for 43, 44, 45. Then he passed along and became a vice president, 46, 47, and the Western Canada got very active. I don't know how many of you know about the Western Canada. The minors do, senior Bs do, but they're still operating in most divisions. And Claire was vice president of the Western 1945 to 1952. Then came along the Second Canadian Softball Association, and Claire, representing Alberta, moved on into that group, meeting mostly in the East, in the hotbed of the Ontario Amateur. And Claire became vice president of that, and she spent 1 year as the president of that second organization in 1954. He still hung around because we wouldn't let him go. We needed his help from day in, day out. But he did stay with us right up till 1957. Finally, he decided to retire. Why, I don't know. He was younger than I did. But after 32 years, I guess enough is enough. So here he is, and we're honoring him. He's a member of the Alberta Hall of Fame, and now he's a member of our Hall of Fame. Freddie, have you got something to give him? I thought you'd have a plaque. What happened? pages. Thanks very much, Ed, and thanks sincerely to the, let me see, you call it by a different name now. It's Alberta Amateur Softball Association. I was one of two that Brett promoted and voted for the name fastball. I see you have reverted to softball. I thank the Softball Association very sincerely for this honor. I have had a few others, but I think that I must admit, in all sincerity, that my association with softball has been my favorite one. I marvel at the durability of this guy next to me here. I think that he was part of the organization when we were striving so hard to make a beginning and to make the game nationally known and respected in those days. We worked so hard in Western Canada, and I think we achieved a great deal there. The thing that I think I look back on with greatest, shall I say, pride, was the Canadian Association. If ever an association had troubles, problems, and concerns, it was that Canadian Association. And as Ed said, the Canadian Association #1, I was mostly connected with the Canadian Association #2, and tonight I heard that there was a pause in between #2 and #3. So long may #3 last. Thank you very much.
Ed asked about the plaque. Mr. Hollingsworth will be getting a plaque, but unfortunately, your good friend Elsie took a while to get your handsome picture, and it takes a little while to get it on the plaque. But all members get a plaque with a picture on the plaque. So that normally should complete our awards program, but this is sort of a special occasion. Elsie and Ed are our Hall of Fame. They have been since it was started. For some reason or other, Elsie and Ed weren't at the last meeting, and the rest of the executive decided that who else should be at our Hall of Fame but Elsie Barlow and Ed Corbett. Unfortunately, we thought for a while Ed wasn't going to make it, but he somehow he got the bus and he got up here. So I'll call on another Hall of Famer from our midst, formerly from Saskatchewan, former president of our organization, and he's also a member of the Saskatchewan Hall of Fame as a member of the 1969 Senior A Saskatoon Merchants, Mr. Nels Risling.
Looks like Mr. Chedney and I and Mrs. Hollingsworth are the only ones there sitting back looking, listening. But anyway, yes, I am very proud to sit at the table there tonight and in particular sit within 3 others at my table. And the one standing over behind there is the former past president of this association. And I would like you to stand, Clara, Elsie, and Ed, and Brett.
Of course, I'm standing up here. I am not flat up the top. I'm a squarehead, but I'm not flat. I remember the first time I met him. I played for the Saskatoon Merchants. We were strictly known as Western Canada at that time. 1962, we were in Calgary. I believe we were supposed to receive $200 or $250. I'm not quite sure, but in that neighborhood, within $50 minimum. You figure you deserve $250? You know where you rolled off that check? The back of my trunk in the car. I'm kidding, I remember that. Again, same thing happened in 1966. Maybe I shouldn't say anything. But it wasn't quite that bad. We didn't use the trunk, we used the stand. But in 1967, when we had the National in Saskatoon, who met him at the airport? Who was responsible? I still had to play ball. I had to do this and do that. But who is there whining and crying, "Brittling, I need transportation right now"? You have an errand to run. You have an errand to run. You know what I mean. But I won't tell you. Same thing happened in '79. It's a good thing I'm maybe a year older than you are. I can remember those things. Anyway, just give me one moment. I'll put this cigar away. I'm not trying to be funny here. I want you to know I just enjoyed what was happening. And those things I have to look back and reminisce a bit, I suppose. And, you know, the feeling's pretty good some days. So tonight, for me to have an honor to present something. And there's the bag, it says Fred Milner. To a fellow that I've known, possibly argued with, been locked out of the bedroom at 9 o'clock at night. Don't know how to use earplugs for snoring people. But that's all good and well. And I don't remember when softball was originated. When was it originated? Before or after junior softball? I don't know. Ed, would you come forward, please?
Anyway, I had a room with that guy, and he was running for president, so he was running around electioneering all night, coming into my room, starting to snore, so I'd get up and get dressed to get the hell out of the room so he could sleep, because I couldn't. Thought I got out of that one. You know, he's right. He is right. I don't think anybody around here knows Elsie as long as I've known her. And her good husband. Oh, yeah, outside of Pat and Claire. And nobody remembers her, I don't think. Her good husband. He and I stomped up and down Alberta forming the Umpires Association in Calgary and then the Alberta umpires. Then we had to put up with that old guy over there, Alec Barnes, who brought him along. And that was another life in itself. But anyway, Bert and I got to know each other through umpires. And then when Bert passed along, Elsie took over district organizing president. And she's been with me ever since. Somebody has accused us of being girlfriends and boyfriends together. However, that's life.
I don't think I could do microphone. This is really a great surprise to think of. I was sort of taken aback about this because I sure never expected this tonight. Yes, maybe I have been around a while, but I have enjoyed every minute of it. And I'm sure, I thought Nelson was going to tell a few stories here, and I was just ready to throw them right out if he did. But I have really enjoyed the softball. I started playing softball when I was 14 years old, and I don't think there was anything that I ever enjoyed more than softball. I might say I played shortstop for one of Claire's teams, the Pats, and Navy Pats, and there wasn't a better manager or coach that I knew of in those days. I'm not too well versed on the ones today, but in those days, you really knew what you had to do and where you had to be and what time you had to be there. And if you weren't there, you bet. But anyway, I thank Alberta Amateur Softball Association very much for this. And everything that I have been awarded, I really prize. And some people say to me, why do you do all these things and travel all around and spend your own money? I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, money couldn't buy the things that I have. And this is another one that I will add to my collection. And thank you very much.
This year she put it in letter, and we had to take it as fact. So Elsie, I'd like you to come up here again. Elsie travels a lot, and we thought maybe that we should buy her some little thing. So Elsie, you're buying it around here, but we have the Alberta Amateur Softball Association.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. I'm sure I will enjoy it. And as I said before, I have enjoyed every minute of it, even if sometimes it has been very frustrating. And I'll tell you right now, for the last few years, if it wasn't for the president you have, it would have been a lot more frustrating because he just seemed to be in the office and he knew the answers. And Fred has been a real what should I say, stalwart part of the Softball Association the past year. And if he hadn't been around, there would have been a lot more mistakes made, I'm sure. And again, I thank you so much, everybody. Travels a lot, but can't go anywhere with just a suitcase. So on behalf of the Alberta Amateur Softball Association, Elsie, travel certificate for $1,000 for you to go wherever you wish to go.